With me now is Allan Lichtman, presidential historian. Allan, so good to see you. And here we are.
Good to see you, my friend.
Talking about Donald Trump once again. So we're expecting him to make that announcement tonight, but there are a lot of people in his inner circle urging him to hold off because the Republicans didn't see the results they wanted in the midterms. Do you think he should wait? Do you think he will wait?
Trump is not known for his patience. I doubt if he's going to wait, but this announcement will come with a whimper and not with a bang because of the utter failure of Trump-endorsed election liars and extremists in this election. The election deniers, and I prefer to call them election liars, quite frankly, lost across the board. It was a clean sweep in all of the swing states. Plus, you had the triumph of Ron DeSantis in his re-election bid for the governorship of Florida, where he won by a landslide. And early polls show that DeSantis is creeping up on Donald Trump among Republican voters. So I think what's really on Trump's mind is he thinks, well, if I announce for president and I become a candidate, then I won't be indicted for the many, many serious criminal allegations hanging over my head. But that's false. Just declaring yourself a candidate does not immunize you from indictment and prosecution.
Allan, do you think the Republican Party is moving on from Donald Trump?
Well, let me say this. It's easy to point a finger at Donald Trump for the failures of the Republicans in this election. They should have swept everything with a sour economy and an unpopular president, and they didn't. But the problem runs from top to bottom in the entire Republican Party. After all, it was the Republican primary voters, not Donald Trump, who nominated all of those losing candidates. Here's the problem for Republicans. They have now abandoned virtually everything they once professed to stand for. Personal morality, personal responsibility, a joke for a party that embraces Donald Trump and Herschel Walker. States' rights, limited government. This is a party that wants a nationwide ban on abortion. It would be one of the most draconian impositions of big government in the history of the country. Respect for traditional institutions. Come on. This is a party where a substantial proportion of it wanted to overturn the results in various ways of a democratic election. Fiscal responsibility. Republican Party stands for big tax cuts that balloons the deficit. So what does the Republican Party have left? It's a big reckoning that they're going to have. And don't expect Ron DeSantis to ride in on a white horse and save the Republican Party, because he doesn't stand for much that is different from Donald Trump or now what is the new mainstream of the Republican Party. And success in state gubernatorial elections does not necessarily translate into success under the white heat of a presidential campaign. Just ask Jeb Bush and John Kasich from 2016.
We'll see what happens tonight. Allan, we have to leave it there for this morning, but I'm sure I will be talking to you in the near future again. Allan Lichtman, presidential historian, thank you so much. We're going to take you back to